Hi. So tomorrow I turn 20 years old, and as I turn 20, I made a list of 20 things that I've learned before 20 that I want to share. And these are just things I have learned over the years. The list is in no order. I just wrote things that basically came to my mind spontaneously. But let's get started. So, number one, even though I said it's not in order, I feel like this is so important to me. Sorry. This is rule number one, which is no one is worth your self respect. I just feel like sometimes when it comes to love relationships, we put ourselves in a place where I wouldn't say beg. Honestly, yeah. Like you go and ask for people's time and attention and all that. And I just feel like no one is worth that self respect. Like if they don't want to give that time, attention, love to you, find it somewhere else, self love, honestly, but do not go and ask someone for their time, respect, and such and such. Rule number two, okay, not rule. Thing number two is if you choose to love and care, you can, but don't expect anything back. I just feel like sometimes, when I give love, at least, I did, I used to expect that same time, same care, same affection from the other side. But as I got older, I was like, no, if I'm loving them, I'm gonna stay true to that love and I'm gonna put it out. But it is very not right of me to expect it back because you don't others don't love you the way you love them. There's always going to be one person who's putting in more effort and one person putting in less or no effort. So it's hard to get all those efforts and love back. So don't expect. If you choose to, go ahead, but make sure you don't have that expectation because you're going to be disappointed and you don't want to be disappointed. Rule number three, I don't know why I keep saying rule. Lesson number three is there's truly a meaning to everything that happens, and you might take forever to understand it, but eventually you will. So I feel like whenever I think like, why am I being put through this? Why am I being tested? It doesn't make sense at the moment. When I reflect back, I'm like, okay, that's why I went through that, and I totally believe that only the strongest minds and the minds that the universe knows can handle it gets put through stuff. So if you're getting put through stuff, congratulations, you're chosen and the universe knows that you can handle it. So you're so cool for that. Number four is now is the youngest I'll ever be. So make sure in the future I don't regret anything in terms of age or experiences I may have missed. So again, sometimes, when I'm in my 50, I don't want to say, I wish I did this in my 20, or I wish I did this when I was 15. So even if it's dumb, do it. As long as it's not illegal, do it. Hopefully you don't regret it, right? Hopefully you don't regret doing it, but you don't want to regret not doing it. Okay, so even if it's, yeah, dumb, like make a mistake, it's okay. You're going to learn ultimately, but if it's illegal, please don't do it. Number five is you should always be your number one in terms of mental, physical, literally any type of health. So again, we prioritize other people. So we're like, oh, I'm going to take care of this, take care of that, take care of everything, like do that. But make sure you're number one. Make sure you're not losing yourself when you're attending to others or taking care of other things. This not even in terms of other people, it's just in terms of like work life balance, even like work, make sure that you're staying healthy, put yourself as number one, prioritize yourself. You should be number one in your checklist of priorities, always, 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 always. Number six is change is the only thing that doesn't change. I feel like this is so universal, but as you grow, things are going to change. You just have to adapt, and you have to understand that it's not going to change. Like, it's going to keep changing. They keep changing, it's not going to change. So keep adapting, keep putting yourself in different environments, and keep floating the boat. Number seven is grades and letters don't define you. So I feel like I had a whole dilemma about this back in ninth grade, first, second year of college. I was like, oh my God, I got a B. I'm going to fail in life. You're not. There's something called skills, timing, and there's so many other factors which will factor into your success and your definition. I don't think grades or letters will ever define anybody. Like when I look at you, I look at you, I look at your character, I look at how you talk to me, behave towards me and towards everyone. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you gotta be in biology so you're a bad person. Okay, so never let grades define you. Like don't be like you're gonna be a failure. No, you're not. Skills matter more. There are so many other factors. Number 8 is one or two friends that are loyal are better than a lot. So I know you want to have your whole squad, and be like, oh, I have so many friends. But it doesn't matter if, I feel like it's just hard to give your time to everyone and be close with everyone. You have like a million friends. I feel like I'd rather have just one, two friends that are so loyal to me and that know everything about me in and out and that are there for me for my 2 a.m. crisis or whatever it may be. So definitely little this is one of those things where quality is more important than quantity. So yeah. Number 9 is be kind. You never know what someone else might be going through. I feel like I understood this when I myself was going through stuff and people wouldn't know and they would. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. No one has ever ill treated me, but sometimes I feel like some people say stuff and that I may understand in a double meaning way just because I'm hurt in that period of time. So when I say stuff or I make remarks, I'm like, okay, they might be going through something. I don't want them to hurt this. Like, even indirectly, you don't want to hurt anyone. So be kind. You never know what anyone else might be going through. Number 10 is don't attach yourself too hard to someone, including your parents and family. And this is so hard because as humans, biologically, we're kind of, you know, sequenced even in our brains biologically to attach emotionally, but keep yourself at a detached attachment. Like you're gonna live with them, you can survive without them type of thing, because again, losing people is hard, but losing people is normal. Like I'm not even saying yeah, like death wise, but also people leave, people come in, change doesn't change. So don't depend on someone so much where you're like, oh, if they leave me, I'm gonna kill myself or something, don't ever go to that. And I know it's really hard, especially with parents, to have that detached attachment, but it is so important. That's one thing that I learned from my mom growing up is she would say that a lot. She would be like, don't ever get that attached to anyone, including parents, which is a very, very important, beautiful lesson. Number 11 is some opportunities don't knock at the door twice, seize them while they knock. So I feel like sometimes I'll be like, oh, let me do this later, or let me come back to this, or it's gonna come another time, like I'll take care of this the second time. But there's sometimes not a second time, some opportunities only come once. So I'm not saying just like do everything, like overwhelm yourself, take all the opportunities. But I'm saying make sure you evaluate, is there something that I should take upon and do? This is even in terms of not even like jobs or career wise, but even in terms of relationships. Sometimes you're scared to get in a relationship, but that might be a really worth one. So you have to kind of self-talk, evaluate, talk with maybe your close peers and stuff. So always keep your eyes open, don't fill your eyes with tears and you don't see that opportunity coming up, or you don't miss that person, you don't regret it later, because I have done that. So next, number 12 is health is wealth. Sorry, health over wealth, which, yeah, health is also wealth, honestly, if you ask me. But yeah, I know sometimes we're chasing success, we're chasing dreams, we're chasing money. Totally makes sense. Everyone does that. But again, put yourself at number one and make sure your health is good. No, I'm not even talking in terms of like physical health, where eating and working out and all that and sleeping. I'm talking like emotionally, psychologically. Are you doing well? This is something you gotta have one-on-one with your soul and be like, okay, am I in like the right thing? So health. Number 13 is always take risks and step out of your comfort zone because that's how you go. I feel like this, I have two things to apply this to. First is career. Sometimes I'm like, okay, we'll go the safe route, but no, you have to, challenge yourself academically. Like when I have a sequence of classes I have to take, I feel like I always prefer the easier classes to take in a sequence, but I feel like taking the harder ones will get me ready for, real life, honestly, because sometimes you do have to take the harder path for yourself to grow. And everyone is going to take the easy path, so if everyone's taking the easy path, no one's going to take the hard path. But hard path structures you a lot. I know it puts you through so much pain and you need so much endurance, but it grows you. In terms of working out, sometimes I'll just be like, I'll just walk, or I'll just, if I find like a pace to run, I'll keep running. But sometimes I'm like, no, you're running great, but girl, you gotta step up. So challenging myself in that way too. So get out of your comfort zone. Number 14 is money is not success. So this is kind of a personal thing because I know some people might, again, success is different for everyone, but for me it's not money. It's not money, because money, I feel like, sometimes even causes a lot of problems. For me, success is more just content, and am I doing something that I like? Of course, I'm not saying don't chase money, because of course everyone needs money to survive, but definitely it's not success for me. Like, how much I earn is for what I eat, what I buy, but it's not ultimately my happiness. So number 15 is always work for what you want and not societal expectations. So sometimes I feel like people commit and people are like, oh, they want me to do this. My family wants me to do that. They have all their hopes up high for me. That's good. Put yourself in that level where, you aim for high stuff in life. But make sure it's something you want, because again, you don't want to regret a career decision or whatever later in the future. So when you're working hard, make sure sometimes you take a pause and you're like, okay, this is what I'm wanting to do and I'm doing it, right? Like, I'm happy with what I'm doing. So I feel like sometimes I do that. I'll be like, okay, am I like in that path where I'm doing something I like and I do that? Like, I'll check it off in my list. Okay, like, I'm good because I'm doing what I want to do, not what I'm forced to do or what I'm expected to do. Have expectations for yourself. Don't let other people have expectations on you, is what I'm trying to say. Number 16 is love can make or break, so choose wisely. I feel like your whole future can be made or be broken by someone. Like, someone can come into your life and take you up high, or someone can come into your life and take you down low. Make sure that if they take you down low, you like eject them from your life and keep the ones that, take you up in life, that support you emotionally, mentally, career wise, everything. So some people, they don't make you grow or go down. I don't know what to say about that. Like, they'll just be neutral in your life. But if they're making you grow, amazing, keep them in your life. Love can really make or break. Not gonna lie. I know sometimes, like, when you're having a love failure or whatever, it kind of like breaks you in the moment. But just understand that it's a test of life, and you're better off without them, most probably. I don't think you won't regret it. Hopefully, you'll find someone better. Number 17 is education is a privilege and can ultimately open doors. Again, education is not the only way to success or money, but it's definitely a privilege. So sometimes I feel like I'll be sitting and I'll be like, I don't want to do this. This is boring. This is exhausting. But it is a privilege, especially being here in the US and this education system, studying something that's like really good. Like, I'm doing neuroscience and all. It's like a big privilege for me, honestly. Like, I know sometimes I am not openly grateful for it, but when I do get that time to reflect, I am extremely grateful, and it is truly a privilege, especially because it's paid for too. Like, my mother pays, but still, it's a big thing. getting that, space to study and all that. Number 18 is, if you wait all your life for happiness, you'll never be happy. So I feel like, again, a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, be happy. I'm gonna do that and be happy. Or they'll be like, oh, I can't wait for this to happen so I can be happy. If you wait like that, you're gonna be waiting your whole life for something to be coming up or completed to be happy. Don't do that. Be happy in every gap you get. Like every day, find moments where you can be happy, or just honestly, sometimes I feel like when you just, no matter what happens, that smiling face, you just stay happy. Sometimes all I need to do is smile to get my mood to be happy, and I'll just stay happy for the rest of the day or the rest of the time. So always be happy, because you can't wait to be happy. Okay, number 19 is a little contradictory, but it's peace over happiness. I know it was just like, oh, be happy, but sometimes I feel like happiness is, again, an emotion that's like, and then sadness is down. I feel like peace is right in the middle. It's you being content with whatever happens, and you just have like comedy. So sometimes I just feel like comedy wins. Like, you just want to be calm, content, with peace. Whatever storm comes your way, you're gonna be like, I'll deal with that type of attitude, which is very important in life, because sometimes you get high, sometimes you get low. So adaptability. Number 20 is, no one is worth your tears. I feel like I've wasted my tears on so many people that are like not even worth it. And it took me forever to realize that no, they're not worth my tears. Like, they're not worth my thoughts even, because again, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so cool, like I'm up there type of thing. But as an individual, every individual, I'm saying, like, no one, I'm not worth anyone else crying over me. That person is not worth me crying for them. So no one's worth your tears. Trust me. This is my list of 20, but low-key, I just thought of a 21st lesson, which is, rejection is redirection. Basically, what that means is, sometimes, you get rejected. I'm not just saying career-wise, but even relationships, So I know it's hard when you get rejected. You're like, oh my God, that's so sad. But sometimes I feel like that redirection is really needed for you to find something else in life. I know a lot of people that, get rejected in relationships, and the redirection is towards career and fitness and all that. And that is honestly so cool for them, because I feel like that's more important than love at that point. And then same with career, you might get rejected, but then, like, you might get rejected from interview, right? But you're like, oh, I'm gonna go start my own thing, and it becomes a big success. Like, that's so cool. So that is good rejection. Again, sometimes you get rejected incorrectly, not incorrectly, but you kind of choose in, like, okay, like you fail in love, right? You might go start your focus on your career, or you might get into like illegal drug abuse type of thing. So you have to be wise, don't ruin your self over stuff like that. But yeah, that is my 20, technically 21 things I learned before I'm 20. My birthday is tomorrow, but I've been coming up with this list for almost like a month. I like wrote a few in the beginning, and then I wrote a few like literally the night before. So I hope you guys enjoyed my list. Hope there's nothing to learn, life just teaches you stuff on the way. But I hope this video was entertaining. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.